Hello again. Hiya. So, last week I didn't put a video up, so sorry about that. But I'm here now, so don't cry. It's all good. Today I'm going to talk to you about superpowers. Let me just tell you the story, right? I was walking down the street to get the bus, and the bus is like a few meters away, and it's pulled up at the bus stop. I never run for the bus. That is the rules. You never run for a bus. Just remember that. Okay? It doesn't matter how late you're gonna be. Never run for a bus. It's embarrassing and bad and terrible, and you don't want to do it. And was running. Who does that? And I think, being me, you know, if I could only teleport, I would close that few meters. I'd be there. I got on that bus. Zippy doo dah day. It's done. I've got on the bus. And then I thought, hey, I'd just teleport onto the bus, and then I wouldn't even have to pay. And then I thought, if I could teleport, I could teleport all the way home. Like, what are you even talking about? So I started laughing in the middle of the street, which probably didn't look very good to everybody else around me. I was being judged. I hope you feel for me. That got me thinking, which superpowers are the best? If I could choose one superpower, what would it be? To be fair, teleportation is pretty cool. It's pretty far up there. I might go for that, teleportation, because you could literally do anything and get away with it. You would have an alibi, basically. You could go into Tesco's, do your shopping, you could do it all, blah blah blah, go to the toilet, teleport to the Royal Bank of England inside of the vault with all of the money, the gold, not the money, the gold, stuff it in your bag, teleport to the black market, sell that off there, teleport back to the toilet in Tesco, and finish your shopping. You have a beautiful alibi. You can't be convicted. You have made a load of money. And it would save so much time as well. Like, on the way to school, you wouldn't have to do that. You just teleport in lesson like places. Like that. It would be fine. It would be brilliant, fantastic. You could like even go in the middle of lesson and get the toast that you put in earlier, and then come back with toast from your house, which is miles away. You see what I'm saying? It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. See what I'm saying? Beautiful. So teleportation, excellent power. Flight. Now most of the superheroes have this. Well, when I say most, I mean Superman. Superman is the original superhero, I think. Don't quote me on that. I know nothing about superheroes. Marvel Comics, DC Comics. I don't really watch any of those. I have watched Spider-Man. Not the amazing Spider-Man, just Spider-Man. Apparently that's not as good, but I don't know, I haven't watched it, don't eat me. Flying, maybe not as useful as teleportation because it would still take like time to get to places. And you can go to any country you want without a passport, but you can with teleportation. But I think that just the pure sensation of being able to fly anywhere and having that whole new perspective on things would be amazing, and just be able to fly without any wind in your hair. You just be like, whoa, look at me, I'm flying. It'd be so cool. Like, you know, Willow and Buffy in like the comics. Shh. Woo! Look at me, I'm flying. So yeah, the same thing with super speed. Like, that would be really cool. You'd like beat everybody in PE or whatever. Although I don't really care about PE, but you know, you could do that if you wanted to. So that's I guess, alright, coolish. Being really elastic, that could be cool. The stretching thing, because you know, when that remote's just a little bit out of reach. I wish I had like stretchy power. Force fields, they would be cool. Makes you practically like indestructible. Would you get like taken by the government to do something? It's like anything like that. Like if you've got like laser beam eyes, would you be like used by the government or employed by some weirdo that you don't really want to do? You know, about laser beams and stuff. Like, they're like superpowers. Like, you can protect people with them. Like, what if you don't want to do that? I mean, you could make a living as like a bodyguard. I mean, a bodyguard with a force field. I would pay for that. Yeah, they'd have to work. They'd have to prove it. Have to like throw a knife at them and see if they stopped it. Being invisible. It depends how, like, if you were invisible all the time, or you just randomly went invisible, or if your clothes were invisible. There are a lot of things to think about with invisibility. Visibility. Not invisibility. That's not a word. Should be though. That was so fun to say. You try it. Invisibility. Just make up a meaning for it, and we can use it forever. Yeah, so invisibility. I did it again. Invisibility. You can pick things up and be like, woo! Pretend you're a ghost. Freak people out. Not actually be there. Spray loads of pranks on people. You know, that would be fun. You know, Harry in his invisibility cloak. Sneak out the house at night. Do secret justice. But you have to be able to choose when you become invisible. And it'd have to make your clothes invisible. Like, I would be able comfortable going around naked no matter how invisible I were. Just know. Okay. Being able to see into the future. Now, there's all these different ways you can see the future. Like, that's certainly gonna happen. Me and a friend actually had a sort of ongoing joke that we do like a film called Green Future with Liam Neeson in it, and every time he sneezed he would be able to see the future, and it would like definitely happen, and he gets captured by terrorists trying to find out if their thing works and who dies and stuff. And I thought that was like the best idea ever, because it's such a stupid idea, yet Liam Neeson would play it in like the best way ever. It'd be like straight faced. Yeah, it'd be so cool. It'd be able to tell the future. Is it certain? Or is it a possibility of the future? Or is it the decisions being made? And whose decisions? Are things changing all the time? Sometimes it's very complicated. How far can you see into the future? So yeah, that's kind of an iffy one. Like, if you can only see like 2 seconds into the future. Being able to read other people's minds. Now for a start, that's pretty intrusive. And I'm not sure I'd feel comfortable with that. Like, you'd always be paranoid about what other people were talking about, and you wouldn't be able to have, no one would have any secrets, because as soon as they were around you, they'd start thinking about your secrets. It'd be awful. It'd be so much, you'd hate people for no reason, and then they'd be like, why do they even hate me? And it's just like, because you judged my top yesterday. You judged my top in the corridor. And it'd be pretty kind of annoying and stupid. Is it people you know? You can read their minds, like you have sort of some psychic impression of them where you can see them and read their thoughts, the better you know them. Like, the further away you can read their minds. Can you read everyone's minds in a room? Are they all at once? Do you have to focus on one person? Do you have to be making eye contact with them? Can you hear everybody in the world's thoughts at the same time? Wouldn't that be crazy in your head? There wouldn't be a lot of room for you to think. I wouldn't be able to think with everybody else's thoughts shoved in my brain. Gills. Now, I think only probably Aquaman has this, and I don't even know it. I don't really know, as I said. Don't know any Marvel, DC comics. Don't even know where Aquaman fits in here. Dunno. But gills are a pretty cool thing, because first of all, they don't give you any kind of moral responsibility. You can just breathe underwater and there ain't no crime under the sea, apart from, you know, those of Mother Nature. No littering. I guess you could go around on a moral crusade to pick up all those things that you get around beer cans. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Fighting against marine rubbish! Look at me, kapow! No, I guess you could find bodies and be like, it was him! But the point is, there isn't really any responsibility for you to fight crime if you have gills. So you can just have all of the underwater place to yourself. You can go swimming, and you can go really long distances and no one knows where you are. It'd be really, really cool. But that would be ironic though, if you got given gills and you couldn't swim or you were afraid of water. That would be such a waste of our power. Like, oh, the irony would kill me. Telekinesis is cool. I talked about telepathy, being able to read people's thoughts. Telekinesis, being able to move things with your thoughts. Like Matilda, that would be cool. I would be down with being Matilda. But in the book, she loses her powers. Like, what even? That made me sad. At the end, she was like, oh, I'm taking A-level maths now, and now all my brain power is being used up, and I can't move a wardrobe anymore. And it was like, but Matilda! That would be good for the remote thing. It'd be like, remote thing. Yes. Toast, come here. And then it could be like, oh, that guy got stabbed at the other side of the room. Well, I didn't do anything. You could stop guns from shooting at you. But again, you could do the whole moral crusader thing. You might have to have responsibility. But then again, it's not a big thing. You can keep that pretty low key. Oh, his gun didn't go off when it was fired at my head. Again, a bodyguard would be a good idea to be. The Human Torch, what even? Like, how is that useful? I guess if you were in the dark. Well, what happens when he's underwater? Maybe they did that. As I said, I don't really know. I don't watch these things. Super strength is cool. You can open all the pickle jars. But, you know, it's not steroids. I'm not really saying you should use steroids, but just saying. Yeah, so unless you like can't find your keys in the dark, the Human Torch isn't a great power. He flies, doesn't he? So that's kind of covered. That's like laser beams powers. They're not really like they're threatening or whatever, but if you only had one power, what would you choose? I'm really interested. Sort of. You tell me anyway, or don't. I don't really mind. Superhero powers. What would yours be? Okay, so you've watched this far, so you know you might as well like it, comment or whatever. And as usual, elephants, elephants, elephants.